Okay, guys, let me change the background because it drives me crazy when I can't see the right thing. There we go. Alright, good to know that I know what I'm doing. Thanks for joining me, and oh yeah, we're ready for another playthrough here on the channel. This is going to be game number 3 of our 2025 10 game War Game Challenge. And I was going to wait to use this one till later on in the year when the expansion came out for this game, but I decided I'm going to play it now, put it on the channel, see how you guys like it, and then when the expansion comes out, we'll get to play it with the expansion, see what's different, and compare with this playthrough. So I decided to do one now and one when the expansion comes out later in 2025. Alright, so Plum Island Horror. It's a game by a little designer you might have heard of, Herman Luterman, something like that. I don't know. Anyways, young fella trying to earn a keep, making games. So yeah, we'll try to support him a little bit and show him a little bit of love with his games. So, Plum Island Horror, really, really good game if you enjoy the games that kind of tell a narrative story. This is a competitive game. A cooperative game where each player is taking on a faction and you're working together against the game. The game is working against all of you, and all the events and all the bad things are working against you. So, without further ado, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the side camera instead of the overhead camera this time, because this is a super long board and you'll be able to see the board a little bit better than the overhead camera. So, there we go. Alright. So we will shuffle up these decks because I don't want anybody thinking I did any kind of shenanigans to get these decks set up a certain way or anything like that. So we'll shuffle these decks. Make sure everyone knows they're well shuffled. And yeah. So we got an event deck. This is all deck of all kinds of super, super bad, nasty, terrible things that'll come out and happen to you. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to seeing this. Unfortunately, you're going to see events that'll always happen because I will explain that shortly. We also have a search deck, which is actually going to be giving you nice things that'll happen. And we'll shuffle that deck up. And just to show you guys again, there's no shenanigans going on here. I am just shuffling these deck up. And there we go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And I got one that's upside down for some reason. There we go. Shuffle. 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 Alright, done. And last but not least, the main deck that drives this game is the Fate deck. It's going to give you your Fate numbers down at the bottom. Also tell you if you get an event when you choose to follow an action from another faction, which is the kind of the press your luck mechanism in this game. And then we'll look at our two factions here and have see what you guys think of our factions here. Alright, so there is a bunch of different factions that come in the game. I think there's 6 that come in the base game. We playing solo, you need to play with at least 2 factions, so we are playing with 2 factions. You can play with more factions, but no, I think 2's enough. Thanks anyways. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 other good factions. There's 1 bad faction. You don't want to see that. And then the 2 factions we're going to be playing with. The blue faction, which is the Plum Island Constabulary. It's the police force. That's what I'm trying to say. And so we're going to have all of these units out on the board except for our paddy wagon, which we have to build if we want to later on. So we're kind of the police force for this organization, or for this area. And then the second thing we're using is the Greenport Township. It always has the mayor. It has Dr. Doug Haas, Ed Crandon, Ralph Norton, the fire marshal, and surplus armory. Again, all these units will start on the board except for this. And each of the units has their own special abilities and, special things that they can do. And they have their own ratings for their melee combat. If they have a range combat, it'll have a second number there. They also have a green number, which is the admin rating. Their admin rating. Then they have their bravery rating, which is the red number. Then they have their foot movement number, and then they have their vehicle movement number if they're moving in vehicles. Again, each of them have a special ability. They have a certain number of hit points, and then they tell you where they start. So, of course, I'm going to have to try and remember what all these characters do. So we have, right here is the mayor. He's going to start in this location right there. He has a special ability called Speeches. If this unit is with or adjacent to any of its faction units, increase both the admin and bravery rating for these faction units by +1 for all purposes. However, they can never be more than 5. So he's good to get with like his other people. Then we have Dr. Doug Haas. He's an expert triange. When this unit uses its heal ability or provides its heal ability for another unit to use, 2 hits may be removed instead of just 1. So he's a nice healer. Keeps people from taking a lot of damage, but himself can only take 3 damage. Not a lot of damage. Then we have Ed Crampton. He is the bus driver. And units may be picked up and dropped off any player or civilian unit not compound during its vehicular move action only. Only 1 unit may be carried at a time, but any number may be picked up and dropped off during its move. So he can move 6 spaces with the bus to help kind of shift civilians. You see all these little counters all over the board. Those are civilians, and we're trying to rescue them before the hordes of horrors overwhelm and come down and destroy all of us. We have Ralph Norton. He starts in the sanitation department down here. And the right tool, when doing a repair action with this unit, you may draw 2 fate numbers instead of 1 and apply both results one at a time. Also, always treat a draw of 1 as no effect. You know what I'm going to do because of that? I think I'm going to start him over here with him. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Because he can start any spots. So I'm going to start him over there, and then I'm going to have him bus him over to our power factory here. Then we have the fire marshal, Bill LaFlame. Fire hoses. Units uses special range combat action. You pay 1 supply for the water and draw your fate number. 1, no effect. 2 to 5, it pushes the number of horrors. Mutations count as 1 dial, equal to the fate number, to an adjacent area and make them stunned. Then if I roll a 6, push all horror tiles in adjacent areas and make them stunned. Pushes do not cause new combats or amalgamations. And last but not least, our supply armory is the compound. Reinforced walls when defending in close combat. Only each shielded result cancels 2 horror hits. So it's really good at defending, which, that's what a compound, surplus armory compound should be. It has no movement, so once we build it, that's it. So if we see like a massive amount of enemies coming, we might build our compound to slow it down and keep them from overwhelming us, possibly. We shall see. So that is our Greenport Township. We get him. He kind of helps all the other units. We got the bus driver that can bus people around. And we got him that's really good at repairing. The fire marshal is good at shooting hoses and pushing the horrors back and stunning them. And then we got a nice healer as well. Alright, then for the Plum Island Constabulary, we have the chief here, who's an ex-drill sergeant. If this unit is with or adjacent to any of its faction units, again, kind of like the mayor, increase both its close combat and range combat ratings of those factions by 1. So I want to get the chief with other people that are going to be shooting and damaging, because he gives them a +1. And the main guy that does all the shooting is this guy here. This is Corporal Arnie Stallion. Shoot and scoot when conducting a ranged combat action only. This unit may also use move one area for free. This can be done before or after the combat. So he moves and then shoots before or after combat. He is way up here. And the chief starts in 5I, which is way down here. So I'm trying to get the chief up there, hopefully, sometime. We also have Francis Drebin, the detective, clue finder. When doing a search locations action with this unit, you may draw 2 search action cards instead of 1 and choose one to use and discard the other one. I like this camera to go on this game easy to see. Do you find it opposite with the board facing this way and how things are facing? Yeah, it's it's a very long board, so I have to either, if I do the overhead camera, you can see the difference. Like this would be like normal view, right? If I was to do something like this, if I could adjust my camera. Or you get the side view. So that's one of the only ways I can do it. So, let's see. Francis here. So he's really good at searching. So we need to put him in an area that is going to be good for searching. We have Chase the dog. He's got a green sense of smell. This costs 1 action. Unit may forage 1 supply and decontaminate 1 level from its current area. Even if the necessary icons are not present, this will not exhaust the area. So you basically can find some supplies and decontaminate the area for us for free. We have Officer Joseph Friday. Respect my authority. When this unit conducts a crowd control action, you get to pick one. And each unit can either move 2 spaces or you can move with the unit. So you can escort them. Then we have the paddy wagon. This unit may conduct a vehicular move. It's the only one that can move. When we put it on the board, we can actually move this around the board. And when it defends in close combat, treat all light wounds as a shielded result instead. Oh, no problem, Jason. Thanks for clarifying. I wasn't sure exactly what you were saying, so thanks for clarifying. So that is a look at the 2 factions. I'm going to keep the player boards kind of here. I'm also going to put a bunch of their tokens and stuff here because, again, I don't have a lot of space to put everything. We'll just do the best we can. Now, with everything said, there is a nice bag that you use to drag out all the tokens, and I put the tokens inside these little coin holders. And that's one way that you can do initiative. The second way that you can do initiative is I created two separate decks of cards that you can use to do your initiative with. And so you can download these over at the Board Game Geek website, and you can get these and download them for yourself. There's basically a variation that looks like this. Yeah, it's always great to see your bag of tokens that decides to spill all over the floor. So I got one set of cards that look like this, that kind of have the different faction icons in the center with the fate. And so that's one way. Or the second one is kind of have a background that has a look like the zombies. And so that's either one of these, depending on what you're looking and which one you like the look of. They're both there. You can download them, print them out. You have your Plum Island ore on the other side that you can use. I created these files so you have my permission to download them and try them out. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you should have 8 different, in a 2 faction, you're going to have 2 of each of the same faction. So I got 2 of the purples, Greenport Township, and I got 2 of the Plum Island Constabulary, and then I have 3 of the Fate tokens, and then you have 1 of the Doom tokens. There you go. I was saying that I have Batman board game that has a board that's kind of a same layout as Gotham City, and you're not sitting the way you're sitting, so it makes it hard to reach. Yeah, I know. I hear you, brother. Sometimes, yeah. I hear you. Alright, so that is the initiative. So I will shuffle that up. We're going to just use the initiative cards probably right here. Maybe somewhere over there. Alright, we got our faction boards. We got our, we have to spawn our zombies. So we have to move our zombies because we have to have contact with the zombies before we know that there is a problem. Just playing with the core game. The expansion's not out yet. It'll be out sometime in this year, I think. So, all right. So we will move track 5. Track 5 is going to move 2 spaces. 1, 2. And unfortunately, that does not give us contact. So there's 4 zombies. I think there's 4 zombies. Just trying to look at how fast they run. Oh, it's probably on my zombie board, right? That's where it is. The board that I never put out because there's not enough space. Here it is. So yeah, when there's 4 to 6 zombies, they move 2 areas. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So first zombie moves 2 spaces. Boom, boom. I have these dice on the top of them to let me know how many of the zombies there are in that stack, so it's easier. So I'm going to draw another fake card. Oh, they're going to move track 5, and that's going to move to here. And that is going to kill this unit. That's Pop's Donuts. Pop's Donuts is gone from the game. And this guy is going to gain a zombie. And he's going to go up to level 5 now. And now we have contact. Okay. And so now these cards get shuffled back into the deck. These get shuffled back in the deck. We've got contact. And we are, I think, ready to go. I think we're ready to go. I'm not sure if there's anything else we need to do. Oh, I should announce that our damage, when we rolled for our damage, we got the damage that is damaging here, 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 and here. I think it was flooding. So we had the flooding damage, which has knocked out all these bridges. 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9, I think, of the bridges that it knocked out. And we have contact, so I think we're good to go. I think we're ready to play with our 2 factions. Let's see how it goes. Alright, first things first. I know you can't see it, but way up here is our player board. Ooh. Alright, so we're going to be playing 3 different days, October 25th, 26th, and 27th. We're going to have 3 rounds in each of them. First round, we're going to take just 1 action. Second round, we're going to take 2 actions. Third round, we'll take 3 actions. And that'll be a night turn. And then October 26th, we'll go 3, 3, 3. And then the 27th, we go 3, 2, 1. And these are biohazard cubes that we'll be putting into the bag when bad things happen. In fact, reminding myself that we should add a biohazard cube. Into the bag. We should start with 5 green ones, which are good. And now anytime we get somebody, bad things happen, we add those to the bag of doom. Okay. So let's try to get through 1 turn here. I'm not going to get through very much tonight. So we're going to just try and do a turn and see how it goes. Of course, we're going to start with the doom right off the bat. Why not? Let's just start off with the doom. So doom is going to come off of the event cards. So again, we'll shuffle this deck. Shuffle it hard. Alright, let's hope we don't have the world destroyed in the first card. Here we go. Boom. We have swamped by heavy seas. The fairy unit is taking on water. Draw a fate number and apply. So we're going to draw a fate number, which is going to be number 4, and bailed out. Flip the unit to the disabled side. So the ferry unit is that this one or is that this one? I forget which one is the ferry unit. Okay, so it's this one right here. The Cheyenne Sky is the ferry unit. So that is now disabled. So we cannot use that anymore. We might be able to get it back later, but in the meantime, the ferry's taking on water, draw a fate number, and yep, so we drew a 4, which is down here. And we flipped the unit to the disabled side. If it was sick, it was sunk, and we would just remove it from the game. That would be terrible. That would be absolutely just terrible. Okay. So that's that. That's that. We got dead units. We're going to put the dead units. Better put them down here somewhere. Okay. So that's the Doom. Could have been worse, but it could have been better. And we draw another card. And this card is going to be the police department. Alright, so before we do anything, we have this here that kind of reminds us. Faction token. We draw a faction token. The player activates the number of player actions is based on the current round, which I just talked about. And may use player units from your faction or any NPC unit. First thing you can do is Crisis Adrenaline. Each unit may move one free move, foot move. So each unit has a foot rating, which is this little feet number in the bottom left. Not the big number, which is that one. It uses the foot number with the little feet. So basically everyone can move, then you can activate. Alright, so we do wants to move. Alright, I'm going to move this guy here, because he can only move one space. I want to get our lieutenant up there, and I want to get this guy somewhere where he can search. There are search icons that we need to get to. I think that's the, let's just double check these search icons. So give me a second here. Just trying to make sure I know what I'm doing. Just to make sure. Alright, search 9, 12, 16, 22. Yeah, okay, search. Damn it. This guy was here. This guy. Where the hell was he? Oh, he was here. Okay, sorry. So there is foraging. May take supply marker from the general supply if there are forage icons in the area. Then place the exhaustion marker in the same area. Decontamination. And then there are search icons. If there's binocular in the area, the active player may immediately draw the top search card from the deck. So we want to move him 2 spaces because he has a movement of 2. The police chief 1, 2. Right, let's see. We got to get the dog moving. He's going to move here. And Yeah, he needs to move at least 2 spaces. He's going to move. He's going to move here. He's going to move there. All right, so that is our free crisis adrenaline, where every unit in that faction may do 1 free foot move. Okay? So free foot moves to reposition, to move in a better position, to get away from enemies, whatever. Then we can then take an action. We get 1 action again, because I showed you at the beginning, we only have 1 action in the first round. And we can do all kinds of different actions, which are going to be listed on your little player cards. You can do another move action, you can do combat, you can do crowd control, which is moving the civilian units from one area to another. You can evacuate, use a special character action, you can try to repair, you can try to build compounds, you can use a location action, you can heal, you can reposition, and you can do supplies. You know what? Let me think about this, because I think I'm going to have... The dog actually has a movement of 3. You can go 1, 2, 3, and he can actually... The dog can come down here and try to repair the bower. Our power is out everywhere. We have no power. It's been damaged because of this major storm that came in. So getting the power back online gives us lots of supplies to use. But no, I'm not going to do that, because I'm going to use 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6. Yes, I can use Norton to move the other guy over there. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, so what am I going to do? I think what we're going to do is we're going to... Well, we don't need this major... Alright, how many dice he uses? He's got 3 dice. Alright, so what are we going to do? We're going to use this guy's special ability to shoot and scoot. So when connecting a ranged combat, this unit may move 1 area for free before shooting or after shooting. So I'm going to move him 1 space before shooting, and then he's going to fire. It costs us 1 supply, so we're down to just 1 left. And he will roll his melee, or his ranged combat, which is 3 dice there. Doesn't get the bonus for this guy, because this guy's there. He needs to be up here. But, so he's going to roll 3 dice. Alright, we have all kinds of different sides. This is a critical hit. It explodes, so you can roll another dice. These are half hits. These are hits unless the unit is in a building or a forest. In this case, they are in a building, so that would be a miss. And this is a full hit. So he's going to shoot that for... Come on. Let's see what we get here. Let's get some good results here. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. This is a critical. So I get to roll another dice. 4, and that's another dice. 5, and that's another dice. Oh, I'm so good at this game. This game is so easy. And that would be a miss. But that's 5, which is what this... There's 5 zombies there. So that is all boom, 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 boom. All these horrors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 are been destroyed. Wah, 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 wah. That was some good shooting, Jax. Holy cow. That was some good shooting. Okay, so the one mechanic that is, well, one of the mechanics in this game that is kind of the cooperative part of it that kind of shows off the game is the follow mechanic, which means when one faction takes their turn, the next faction can follow them and take an action. And if you're playing solo or you're playing with just 2 factions, the following faction can do this up to twice. The issue is, when you do this, you got to draw a fate card, and you're going to look down at the bottom to see if an event happens. And there is a bunch of the cards in here that'll have draw an event card, draw an event card, draw an event card, draw an event card. So you're risking doing a free action versus risking doing an event. And as I talked about, those events are all terrible, horrible, nasty, disgusting, terrible things. So you really have to decide, is there something you want to do, and are you willing to risk draw an event to do this thing? And again, you can do this if you're playing with 3 people or 4 people. You have all these factions following, and each of them will take 1 action and draw a card. Well, when you're playing with just 2 factions or solo, the second faction can do 1 turn and then do it a second time. So you don't get any free movements or anything like that. So, what do I want to do? And there are some rules on the fallow mechanism that you cannot do. There are some rules that come into play where things you cannot do when you're following. And when you're using a follow mechanic. And I just want to look that up real quickly so I don't forget exactly what the rules are. Okay? There are certain actions that you can only do as a follow action. That's a reposition. A reposition action is you can only take as a follow action, so you can't do that as like your main action. You have to follow to do that. And there is... I'm trying to remember. There was one other thing that I remember that was kind of important about that, and I'm sure I'll remember it later, but that's fine. So the question is, does the Greenport Township wish to follow? And I think they will if the second part of your... I don't think you can do your special abilities as a follow action. I believe is the other rule with your follow mechanisms is there's some restriction on using your special activities. So we will look that up real quick because I don't want to hit the board with the rule booklet. That would be bad. Okay, alright, so. Okay, so all player actions are available to be chosen as a follow action except for the use of special action options. Special action options. You can't use your special action option, which I think are your... I think that's what they're calling these special abilities. Let me just double check that. I'm sure it probably lists that information somewhere. I'm just looking to see if they have... I'm pretty sure that their special abilities are what they're calling these special activities. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, so I'm just gonna go with it. So, all normal player actions are available to be chosen as a follow action except for the use of special action options. The use of faction special action options is prohibited during the follow action phase of a turn. The use of faction special specific actions. So, you could do like a regular... So, in that case, like, we could do like a normal repair, or a normal move, or something like that. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is we have this water line right here, kind of like a river, and the bridge has been damaged here, and damaged here, and damaged here, here, and here. So getting from this side of the board to that side of the board is going to be super difficult. Super difficult because we don't have a way to cross the bridge. So I'm thinking these two characters are going to have to take care of this whole side by themselves. We could, we could bring one of these guys around from the top. Maybe that would be... Oh no, wait, that's damaged too. Right. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to do a follow action. And I'm going to have this guy move 2 spaces, 1, 2. That's it. So now the hands of fate tell me whether or not I was smart or not. And I have no events. So, okay, good. Now I can do another one because, again, I'm playing solo with just 2 factions. You can follow twice. Do I want to risk it again is the next question. I think he is going to, if he repairs this damage here, we can start, he can get the helicopter to go pick these units up. So he is going to, we're going to try a foul action, second foul action. He's going to try and repair. So with the repair, we simply draw a fake card. And we're going to look at this number to see if he repaired it or not. And we rolled a 3. And so it says repairs underway. If the damaged area or bridge, reduce the damage marker value by 1. So he made it a little bit of repairs on it, unfortunately. So that's that. Unfortunately, now we have to see, we have to draw another card to see if the Hands of Fate draw an event card. So, damn it. So now we have to pay for doing that extra action. And it wasn't even that good an action. And so we draw another event. And this is, Swimming Horrors. Spawn a Murder Horrors stack directly into the northern Cherry Pit Grove area in 1D. So a 3 tiles, and it's going to go into 1D, which is going to go right there, and that's going to kill these 2 units. And because those 2 units are killed, he improves by a couple more. And now we got 5 units here. 5 zombies. And these 2 were killed. That was the Latimer Pest Control and Big Nate's Clothing Store. Big Nate's Clothing Store. So, yeah, that's kind of bad. Okay, so that's it for the action and the follows. If you haven't a drawn event, you can't foul anymore. I should mention that. So if you get 2 fouls and the first time you follow, you get an event, that's it. You can't foul. It just stops it. So now we go to the next. And it's going to be the Hand of Fate. So we're going to draw a Fate card, and we're going to spawn on track 1. So on track 1, we're currently spawning we're spawning 3 monsters, 3 horrors. Yeah, 3 horrors. And they will blend in with the other 4 that are there and become a group of 7 horrors. Oh boy, that's going to be a problem. Okay. 7 horrors. And then we activate tracks 2 and 3. So 2 is going to move 1, 2. And track 3 is going to move 1, 2. And that's it. So that is that. And you can keep track of how we've had 5 cards. We've had 1 bad one. So that's not a good ratio. It means there's a lot of bad ones still in here. All right. And next up, another Fate card. So we're going to do track 2 is going to get some horrors. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to have a surge. We're going to draw a Fate number and activate the track twice. So twice. So we draw a Fate card. And we got Fate card number 4. So we activate 4 twice. So 4 is got 4 units. 4 units move at 2 spaces. So it's going to go 1, 2. And that's going to swallow up this guy here. That's Sharp's rifle shop. And he's going to grow up to 5 units now. Chomp, 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 chomp. And we activate this again, but there's a damaged bridge here, which the horrors then build their own bodies across the river. So they're going to have to lose 2 units. It's going to knock it down to a 3, and it would only go 1 spot. And it would repair the bridge, because the bridge is now a floating body of zombies. A floating body of zombies. Okay. So they've repaired the bridge. They really haven't repaired the bridge, but they've created a mass of zombie bodies that you can walk across. All right. So far, we've had 3 bad ones and 1 good one. So we got a lot more good ones in the deck than bad ones right now. And we got, hey, the police are going again. All right, the police are going again. They can do some movements. All right, I'm going to have the police move. I'm going to move this guy 1, 2. No, he can only move 1 spot. 1. He can only move 1 spot. I'm not going to move him. I'm not going to move him. That guy needs to do some searching, so I'm going to leave him there. The police chief is going to move 2. 1, 2. All right, so that is our free move. Now I get to do an action. And I'm going to use Fred Drebin. And he's going to do his search in the high school, right? Plum Island High School, yeah. He's going to do a search in the Plum Island High School. And he gets to, because of his special ability, when doing a search location action for this unit, you may draw 2 search cards instead of 1 and choose 1 to use. So, again, I will shuffle these deck up. How is everyone doing? How are you doing? You doing okay? You hanging in there? You following along? I don't know if I'm explaining too much, not enough. This is a really, really good game. You should check it out. It's a lot of fun. There's a great story to be had. And every time I play this game, it just gets better and better. And I have so much fun playing this game. It is amazing, amazing game. Alright. Here we go. And it plays fine slow, as you can tell. I'm playing with 2 factions. And yeah, it does take up a little bit of space. But if you got a little bit of space, you can play this no problems. Alright, so we get to draw 2 cards. Let's see what we have here. We have exhaust the location. We have operating crop duster discovered. We get to choose an option. And again, we get 2 cards. Choose an option. Fly the plane and spray the buggers. Reduce the biohazard track level by 3 spaces. Or you immediately evacuate up to 2 civilian units from any one area for free. In both cases, if the Rex Kramer VIP unit is on the map or excavated, either increase the biohazard reduction to 4 spaces or evacuate 3 civilian units instead of 2. We don't have Rex Kramer VIP unit. So, and then we exhaust this area, so we can't search again in the school. Or lost squatching expedition. Scouts patrolling ahead of your unit have made contact with a small group of cryptozoologists led by the famous personality Jim Boo Boo K. he tells them that he has some really important photographs to show the world, though they do not quite although they do appear quite grainy and out of focus. Place the Jim Boo Boo K VIP civilian unit in this area along with 2 supplies. So we can add this unit and 2 supplies, and it doesn't exhaust the space, or we can immediately evacuate up to 2 civilian units in any area on the board for free. And there are like these 2 that are going to get swallowed up by these zombies here pretty quickly. It's three points worth. We have some civilian units right here as well. We got some civilian units right here. Supplies are very important. You know what? I'm going to we discard this. Let me see what his power says. Discard the other unused card. Okay, so we discard it. So we're gonna activate this one. We're not gonna reduce the biotreasure because we don't care about that right now. But we immediately. Oh, wait a minute. Shoot. We should have. We have 4 guys that have been killed. Shoot. Gotta remember. We gotta add biohazard cubes to the bag every time somebody's killed. Alright, so we should have 4 in there. Okay. Alright, gotta remember to do that, or you're never gonna have anything bad happen. Okay. Alright, we are gonna exhaust the area, unfortunately, for our unit there. There is exhaustion counters here. So we exhaust this spot. Just gonna have to go somewhere else. Now the question is, who do we rescue and from where? There are, like, we have a mass of zombies right here. Saving these 2 would be super good. Now don't forget, the most important spot and the most important counter in the whole game is right here. This is the war room furniture. This is the most important counter in the game. It's for the war room, and that's myself, Rough Swordsman, and Nate, and Tony, and the crew. And so that was for us. And so we could save ourselves and the Lewis family. And maybe we should. Maybe we should just save ourselves, because that is the most important piece in the game. The Old Chestnut. I've been lurking while fixing lunches and 3D printing. Plum Island Horror was one of the best games I played in 2024, and I'll probably get back to the table soon. You should more than happy to do that. I think the world would be happy you did that. So, do I save the war room furniture and the Lewis family? That would give us 4 points. Or do I save Piccati Italian Deli? Piccati Italian Deli. This is Dan Piccali. And the Fiddler on the Roof repair. And then their only value is only 3. So we would lose value by doing this and saving Dan Piccati. Dan Piccaldi. As much shit as he gives me, you know what, Dan? You can just suck it. We're going to take Great Boom. We're going to save ourselves, and we're going to save the Lewis family. War Room Furniture and the Lewis family, congratulations, you've been saved. That is 4 victory points for us. Woohoo! The most important piece in the game. That's 4 evacuation points we've got now. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Dan Picali, you can suck it. All right. So, now, again, purple could follow. Purple could follow, but again, we now have 3 events in our... We had back-to-back events, which means more than likely we should be okay. More than likely we should be okay. So purple is going to risk it. We are going to... What are we going to do? He's going to try and repair again. He's going to try and repair again. And repair... Because if he can get these airlifted out of there before these guys cross... I got a big bug that wants to die. I had a big bug that wanted to die. I don't know why. Yeah, Dan Picali he's in big trouble. When this row activates again, he's gonna get swallowed up, and that's bad news. Thing is, I can only move 1, 2. I can only move. Let's see, this guy. He only moves 1. All right. I think he's going to... do I waste a... Do I waste a stupid supply just to try and save these 2 units over here? Alright, we'll spend a supply and he's going to truck move. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's doing a move action. A vehicle move action. Now let's find out if the Hands of Fate kill us. Oh my god, another event. That's 3 in a row. Are you kidding me? 3 in a row? Who shuffled this deck? Oh my god. Disease jailbreak. Spawn. The most wanted mutation standee in the Clementine State Penitentiary. I don't want to. I don't think I should have to. There's no way there should be 3 in a row. That's crazy. This game is broken. I'm telling you. Where is the where are the monster ones? No, that's not a zombie one either. I don't think they're in here. I don't have them. I don't have the zombie ones, so... Or the horror ones. I don't have the horror ones. Oh, here they are. They're in this one. Doesn't that figure? Alright, jerk. He goes in his own standee. He goes over in 6C. Right there. And that's going to destroy this guy. The Hansen family. Oh, no, not the Hansen family. That's too bad. And another yellow cube goes in the bag. Another yellow cube goes in the bag. Way to go there, jerk. If the Bolantangi Law Office unit is on the map, oh boy, let's look at the ones that are not on the map. Oh, right here on top it is. So if this was on the map, then they would conduct a free action, but they are not part of the... There's 8 units that are randomly not on the board, and they are one of the 8. So that's worked out pretty good for us, actually, for a change. But we have this huge horror over there now. He's got 5 hit points. He only moves 1. But there's another unit right over there he's going to go after. So that was our foul action, our first foul action, and that's it, because yes, we had an event, and then we don't get to do anything else. Next, we get the purple faction. Purple can finally do something. Yay, finally! Holy cow! Moving. A foot move. We're going to foot move here and foot move there. The mayor is going to foot move 1, 2. This guy's not moving. That guy's not moving. So everyone's moved. Now I get 1 action. And the action is going to be to spend our supplies. And I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can actually move up to 6 spaces. And he will move up to 6 spaces. He's going to drop this guy off. He's going to pick up the mayor and move 6. That is our special action. That's his special. The Ed Cramden. Unit may pick up and drop off players or civilian units during its vehicular move action only. Only 1 unit may be carried at a time, but any number can be picked up and dropped off during the move. So he carries over Norton, drops him off, picks up the mayor, and moves him, and now he's moved. Let's see, they were there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, okay. Now, blue can do an action. And blue will do an action. Again, risking life and limb here, but we're going to try. Chase here. He is going to do a... I just want to check the rules on this one. He is going to do a... Oh, here is faction special actions. Aside from the 8 normal actions allowed by all faction units, some faction units have an additional special action that is detailed on their player mat. As a special action costs 1 action to perform and can only be used as a player action, not as a foul action. There, see? I knew there was something about that. Okay, alrighty. So I am looking up, what am I looking up again? I completely forgot now. Yes. Right, using the action to move people. Crowd control, right. The player uses a... Right, okay. Okay, yep, that's what I thought. Alright. Alright. So the dog is going to... And he's going to tell these 2 units, bloop, bloop. And both of them are going to run backwards. And you can have any number of civilians in any area. So the dog is forcing these civilians back. And now let's hope we don't get another event. No event, thank God. And I can then take a second foul action. And I'm going to have Friday is going to do the same thing. Oh no, he can't, because he can't use his special action to do. Yeah, I mean, he will crowd control and just tell all four of these guys, run back here, and they will all get back there. This is, if you're interested, it is Coon's Coffee and Roastery. I think that's for Ken Coon. Gene, the Dancing Machine Studio. I think that's for Gene from GMT. Leading Edge Graphics. And Rocky Top Food Mart. And that's because Herman lives in Rocky Top, Tennessee. All right. So there you go. So we have to do the fate of hand again. Oh my God, what are you doing to me with this stupid crazy deck? Holy crap. Like half of them have been bad so far. Like 4 of the last 5 cards have been just... Are you kidding me? Stormy weather approaching. During the entire next game round, all boats and helicopters are treated if they're disabled. They may not move for any reason, nor may they be used for excavation or gunship combat actions. Place a stormy weather marker on the next game round as a reminder. At the conclusion of the game round, the event ends. If the last game round, this card has no effect. Like, I mean, I don't mind pushing my luck, but give me a break. This deck is just the worst. Alright, so we put this on the next turn as a reminder that no, we can't do things. Or we can't use the helicopters to save everyone. And that's it. Now we go to another event. We're almost done with one round. We got another Fate card. The Fate is going to be Track 5 Spawns. 3 monsters. And activate Track 4. There's 3 monsters there. With 3 monsters, they move 3 areas. That's bad. 1, 2. Then I got to draw a Fate card. And it is a 5. So they're going to go... Whoop. They're going to go this way. Bloop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 10 of these in the deck, and I've got 6 of them already. So that means there is a boatload of deck, and I don't have to worry about it coming up. So, I mean, the law of averages says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's half of the cards have been draw event cards so far. 6 of 12. 6 of 12. That's how unlucky we've been. Okay. That's just typical, though. That's just typical. All right. So that is the Fates. Fates, right? Boom. Now, we know the last card is going to be purple again, right? Yay. All right. Purple gets to go. Do we want to move anyone? We want some foot movements. Foot movements. I don't want to move him. I don't want to move him. It's all about these three guys. What does the mayor do again? Anything good? If this unit is with or adjacent to any of the other faction units, increase both the admin and bravery rating of those faction units by +1 for all purposes. I guess we'll move Crampton there. He's got a repair. He's let me just remember again. Crowd control, right? The active player chooses a player unit that is sharing an area with any one or more civilian units. Then the player may move a number of the civilian units up to the unit's admin rating signified by the green number below the check mark on the unit's standee and faction match entry. Civilians that are moved using this action will move one connected area following normal movement rules. Civilian units may move in different directions or all in the same direction as the active player desires. The player conducting a crowd control action does not move along with the civilians that remains in the area. Civilian units that are on the Great South Bridge may be crowd controlled off the map, blah, blah, blah. All right. So, yeah, the mayor can crowd control 5 of them, so he can ship them down. Actually, if he ships them down here, then Crampton can grab 1, 2, 3, can start ferrying them down there. All right, so I'm going to move him here. That's fine. He's going to stay there. Yeah, all the movement is done. Actions. Norton here. Norton. Ralph Norton is going to try a repair action. He's got a special ability. The right tools. When doing a repair action with this unit, you may draw 2 fake cards instead of 1. And you may trade a 1 as if it's got no effect. So nothing bad's going to happen. So we get to draw 2 cards. And we have a 6 or a 2. I think we're going to take the 6. The 6 says working overtime. For the damaged area bridge, remove all damage markers regardless of their value. For the disabled unit, flip it to its regular operational side. Yes. And we got another one of these. Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them now. Oh my God. There's only 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We have 22 cards left in this deck, and only 3 of them are bad draw event cards. Only 3 of them. Okay. So he repairs all damage. Yay. That means, oops, the the power comes on, and both factions get 5 supplies each. Which they both desperately need. Five supplies for you. And 5 supplies for you. I'm going to need some 1s and some 2s, so I'm going to pull those out. All right, there's some 1s and 5s, or 1s and 2s, sorry, 1s and 2s. All right. So we'll keep those handy, available. Okay, so that is purple's action. Now blue can follow, and I think for the love of God we should follow, because chances are we should be okay. Unless this deck is really rigged to kill us. So, right. Huh. What can we do is the question, though. I can't. Oh, yes, I can shoot that guy. So I am going to use. I'm going to move this guy, CDR Stallion. Oh, he only moves one spot. Are you kidding me? He's so slow. I'm wondering if maybe I have him go up over there after the big monster. I hate to waste a foul action just to move a guy one space. That's just not good action. So maybe I move this guy into a search location because he's going to have to get to another location. So I'm going to move him. Yeah, I'm going to move him 1, 2. I'm going to move him up there. And so the foul action says, oh my God, are you kidding me? What? There's 8. There's 15 cards. 8 of them are the bad ones. Unbelievable. PIR Storage Unit Breach. If the Oceanside Industrial Park, Area 2C, has any damage markers. 2C. Yes. I should have. Oh, look at he tried to repair it, but he didn't. Has any damage markers. Spawn a Murder of Stacks there. Great. So we've got a new Murder of Stack of Horde now. And now we've got our fighter. We got our guy in there. So I think we have to have combat. Fortunately, this guy is awesome in melee 4. He's going to do 4 dice. I think if they spawn, we still have combat if they spawn there. Let's see. Whether initiated by horror units starting in their turn or moving into the area with a non-horror unit or by a player using the combat action, the same action. Yeah, I think we go right into close combat now. Close combat. All right, he rolls 4 dice. Whoa. 4 dice. All right, so the horrors are going to do. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. Not seeing it. How many? I know they have a certain number of dice based upon how many units there are. Oh yeah, it's on the other chart. Okay. They have how many units they got? They got 3, and it's a building. So they're gonna do 1 hit. So we have to hopefully roll a defense. So, but fortunately for us, it's the firefighter who's got 4 close combat dice. And I think he protects these civilian units. I'm pretty sure he protects these civilian units. Come on! Kill them all! All right, defends, and he only did half a point of damage, so nothing happened. Lovely. Nothing happened. He didn't do any damage to them. They didn't do any damage to him. And I think if they move into an area, if they move into an area with a unit, the unit protects the civilians. I believe that is correct. I could be incorrect, but I've been known to do a few things a little shady, but you never know. All right. Right. Civilian units are ignored if player units are present. However, if 1 or more horde units hasn't attacked yet and all player units have been eliminated, the remaining attack will be made against civilian units. Okay. Lovely. And that's because we had another event, crazy event. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 events in 15 cards. Literally more than 50% of the cards have killed us. Absolutely killed us. So we should have a very good turn 2, because we won't have to fight that many. I mean, look at, there's only 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20, 21. There's 21 cards. Only 2 of these 21 cards have got draw events on them. So we should have a very good turn 2 and a very good turn 3. I'm just saying, we should. Alright, so that's the end of the round. We reshuffle the initiative deck. Again, this does not come in the game. You can download this is for me. I made this. You can download this on the Board Game Geek website. It's initiative cards. There's 2 different sets based on what kind of look you are looking for. You can download and print them out. Or you can use the tokens that came with the game if you want to draw them out of a bag. I don't like drawing tokens out of a bag, so I just use this instead. If you put the tokens inside little coin holders, they look pretty decent though. They actually look looks pretty nice. If you put them inside the little coin holders. And then they're easier to drag out of the bag if you want to do it that way as well. We'll move on to round number 2. This is in effect for this round, so we can't use any helicopters or boats this whole round because of stormy weather. We then have to draw. We have to draw out of the bag. We've got to draw something out of the bag. What do we got to draw? Mutation, regeneration steps. So any of the mutations that have taken damage, they regenerate. Biohazard infection step. Draw 2 cubes and apply them on the track. So we will draw 2 cubes. Let's make sure we have 5 dead people. 5 dead civilians. They did melee here, but they did not do any damage. So I think they only get the biohazard if they do damage. Let's make sure there's enough cubes in the bag. There is 2, 4, 5 yellow. Okay, that's good. And we're going to be drawing 2 of these out of the bag. 2. Come on. Be good to us. Be good, be good, be good. All right, so green goes up 0. Yellow goes up 1. So we're going to go, biohazard is going to go up 1 point. And then we place the cubes back in the bag. Okay. Place them back in the bag. We advance the game round marker. We refill the turn order bag, which I used with the initiative. And that is 1 round of Plum Island Horror. Whew. Yeah, it's getting late, so I'm going to have to probably wrap this one up. We'll be back probably for part 2 tomorrow. That is literally 1/9 of the game. There's 9 turns. So, yeah, it is kind of a little bit longer of a game. But, yeah, I mean, if you're having fun, I mean, who cares if it's 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours if you're having fun. That's the best part. So far, we have rescued, of course, the most important piece in the game, War Room Furniture. We've rescued that, and we rescued the Lewis family. Congratulations, Lewis family. And we have 4 evacuation points. We have a biohazard level of 1. We're in game round number 2, which is going to be stormy, which means we can't do any planes or boats. We do have 1 boat that has been disabled, though. So we can't even use it, even if we could. Annie Lewis would be happy to hear that. Okay, I wasn't sure who that other token was for, the Lewis family. All right, well, there you go. Thanks so much for coming by. Thanks for watching, guys. We do have a lot of horrors. These guys here, a little bit of a problem. They could make it down here. So we got to try and take these guys out. These guys here are going to be kind of a problem. This guy is pretty good at it, though. We got nice here. We can give civilians to Ed, and he can just funnel back and forth with his truck. We got the lights on now, so that's all good. But we do have a huge stack of enemies here. 7. Woo! That's pretty nasty. So, we'll see how it goes in part 2. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments section down below. If we missed something or you weren't sure about something, if you have a question about something, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you for part 2 tomorrow. Until then, my friends, you take care of yourselves, and don't you forget, I will see you all down the line. Bye for now. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.